Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Listen, my name is Charmaine Marie. I am your angelic intuitive soul healer. We're going to continue to build the Break the Curse Healing Past Life Karma series, right? We're going to dive even deeper. So I want to get into this because a lot of people, they don't understand how to heal past life karma. Okay, so this is going to be a deeper episode, and I'm going to give you a background. How do you recognize the signs? How to heal past life karma that affects you today? How do you heal this? Because many people, y'all, are fighting battles that they don't even realize that started actually before this life. So let me give you some key points here. So like deja vu, strange fears, repeating life patterns, attracting the same kind of toxic person or struggles, deep emotional reactions, okay, that do not match current events, feeling punished without cause, okay? So you begin noticing the patterns, right? And I want you to start, this is a call to action. Journal the repetitive pain that you see. Start to do this so that you can recognize the signs and then learn how to heal past life karma that affects you today, right? And so I want to tell you there is an activation. This is a soul liberating journey, right? And so I want you to awaken to the unseen story, okay, written on your soul, right? And then we're going to be talking about in the series on breaking the curse and healing past life karma, the hidden contract, what you agreed to before birth. People don't understand this, y'all. So your soul may have made agreements before birth, some light, some binding, okay? Now some key points in episode 2, soul contracts, okay, are to learn lessons. Sometimes y'all through pain, agreements made under trauma in past life. This is what it is. Agreements before birth, okay? And you recognize when a contract is complete, and then you get permission to renegotiate or break contracts that no longer serve your destiny. So y'all have to understand hidden contracts, what you agreed to before birth, right? And then also, I want you to write down anything that you feel that is keeping you in agreement to what limits you. You got to say, I break agreement with everything not written by God's hand. You have to come into this activation, your soul being liberated, and understand that you are the one that breaks the agreement with everything not written by God's hand for your life. Understand the hidden contracts, okay, what you agreed to before your birth, so you can awaken to the unseen story that is written in your soul, so you can stop feeling punished without cause, okay, stop repeating life patterns, attracting the same kind of toxic people or struggles, okay, or having deep emotional reactions that don't really match your current events, right? So these are some things that you can do to recognize the signs, right? So this is why I'm going to be doing a series. I'm going to break this down. We're going to talk about ancestral wounds versus past life karma. Okay, you got to know the difference between trauma and karma. Okay? Not every burden you carry is your own. Some are inherited, y'all. Okay, so you need to understand some key points here. What is ancestral trauma versus past life karma? Understand bloodline curses, patterns of sickness, patterns of poverty, patterns of failure, how to discern what's your soul's issue, and what's the bloodline's unfinished work, y'all. You got to ask the spirit, is this mine or is this my ancestors? Okay, this is how you understand and know the difference between ancestral wounds versus past life karma, right? And so you got to understand and activate into your life, okay, and affirm, I carry only what was meant for me. I release the rest to the river. The river's of living water. Okay, listen. You got to understand spiritual amnesia. Amnesia, I mean. Why you forgot and why you must remember. Or why now you must remember. Because forgetting, that was part of your soul's protection. Okay? But now, remembering is part of your freedom. Okay? So some key points here is, why did we forget past lives? What triggers soul memories to awaken? Okay? In your dreams, in your visions, in deep knowing, okay? You got to begin noticing dreams, intense emotional flashes, and inner knowings. This is a call to action. And then affirm, I remember the truth buried in my bones, right? I'm talking about breaking the curse and healing past life karma, okay? So spiritual tools that is needed for releasing past karma. You got to break old karmic chains, okay? This is not wishful thinking. It's spiritual technology, okay? You got to understand prayer and decrees. You got to go through renunciation ceremonies and energy clearing with sound, with water, with light, okay? And you got to understand, a key point is forgiveness as a nuclear weapon against karmic bondage. So you got to prepare for your own curse breaking prayer. Okay? Because I'm going to be doing these prayers in this series, and you affirm the chains fall when I speak. So I'm going to be doing this series. I'm going to fully dive in. I'm going to complete the 10 deep episodes for Break the Curse, Healing Past Life Karma. It's going to be spiritually powerful, structured. It's going to be soul moving, okay? But you're going to be able to understand, okay, recognizing the signs that your soul leaves fingerprints across lifetimes. You got to understand the patterns that seem unfair or repetitive, persistent fears, blockages, sufferings, repeating relationships, or failures without clear cause. You have to begin a karmic pattern journal and list these strange cycles that you notice, y'all. You got to awaken to the ancient rivers running through you. You got to see the signs, and you got to be ready, okay? Understand soul contracts, learning versus bondage. How trauma can forge unhealthy spiritual contracts. You got to break outdated, harmful agreements, okay? And ask the spirit, what contract am I ready to break? Because I revoke every contract not written by the spirit of life. Okay? Break every contract, y'all, that's not written by the spirit of life. Because why? Some were pre-written agreements agreed to before your birth. So y'all have to understand that, okay? You got to understand these things when you're dealing with spirit, right? And so I'm going to be diving deeper into this. I'm going to be teaching about this because I want y'all to understand how powerful this is, okay? These are signs of a soul awakening, okay? These are signs. You have to recognize the signs, y'all, okay? Forgiveness is not weakness, but it is soul power, okay? It's soul power. Forgiveness don't mean that you also have to reconnect with people. That don't mean that, y'all. You can love people from a distance, right? You can forgive one memory, even if you don't fully understand it yet. Okay? You got to forgive to free your blood, your bones, and your becoming. And you got to learn how to choose your destiny now for new soul contracts. Okay? New soul contracts, y'all. This is what you have to do, right? You have to rise whole across every timeline, lifetime. The river restores all things, okay? I'm talking about quantum healing. The soul is beyond time. How forgiving a past life situation, it can also heal your now reality, and how curses dissolve across dimensions when healed properly. So your healing, it affects the past, the present, and future at once. Okay? This is why you got to set your soul free. So I'm going to be talking about these things because it's important and people need to understand, okay? I speak life over dry places and I shatter old chains with divine fire, okay? So I want y'all to prepare, okay, through this series for a personal curse breaking ceremony in your space. I want you to prepare for this, all right? Because this is what I am called to do. And so I'm giving you the spiritual tools for releasing past karma, y'all. Okay? So the waters rise and my spirit remembers its ancient power. So this is deep. This is now a call to remember. You agreed to forget, but you are now called to remember. And why now? You must remember, okay? This is crucial to you breaking the curse. And so you have to remember. And so you write your destiny in waters of light, okay? And you bind yourself to freedom. You have to understand that you are worthy of unconditional love. You are free to create. And you flow in divine abundance. That's it. And you consciously choose new agreements for your future. You write down new spiritual agreements and you seal the new covenants with God, with spirit and your own soul. And you choose abundance and you choose love and you choose freedom consciously, y'all. Do you understand this? Y'all understand what I'm saying? You choose your destiny. Nobody else chooses it for you. And this is why you walk as the river walks, free, pure, unstoppable, okay? And you set daily soul declarations to stay aligned. This is why I come on here and I do decrees, okay, for victory, prayers for protection, and angelic intervention, y'all, for divine help and assistance, because your angels are sent to serve you, right? You are no longer chained to the old, but you are carried by living waters into destiny, y'all. I'm talking about the river of life, moving forward without chains. You become a living river for others, and your freedom echoes into generations, okay? And you bless your journey forward, and you thank yourself in spirit for rising, and you affirm that I flow with the spirit unseen, and I heal what others thought broken. And I carry the waters of life into barren places, and I am Okuni. I am free. Okay? So I'm going to be back. I'm going to get more and dive more into this series. It's going to be a healing. It's not just education. It's a soul activation. It's prophetic. Okay. I'm going to do a special break the curse prayer. Okay. And it's just going to be powerful. It's going to be interactive, right? And this is what I want. I want the rivers to flow because I carry the waters of life into barren places. I am Okuni and I am free. Love you.